May I request everyone to kindly ensure that their mobile phones are switched to silent mode to maintain the decorum of the proceedings. A very warm and cordial good morning to all the distinguished dignitaries, respected faculty members, honored guests, and dear learners gathered in this august assembly today. Your gracious presence adds immense value and significance to this occasion. I, Irtika Rahman, and my co-anchor, Vanshika Sharma, with utmost pleasure welcome you all to this special lecture organized by the Center for Public Policy and Good Governance at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, Sonepat, in collaboration with Ernie University. And I am happy to inform you that over 100 students have joined us online. Today's lecture is titled The Impact of Social Media on Constitutional Rights and Freedoms, an Analysis in the Context of Online Terrorism and Extremism. This program is being organized as part of the university's Constitution Day observances, commemorating the adoption of the Indian Constitution and reaffirming our collective commitment to its ideals. In today's digital era, social media plays a dual role. On one hand, strengthening democracy by enabling free speech and participation, and on the other, becoming a platform for misinformation, radicalization, and extremist ideologies. This lecture seeks to provide a deeper understanding of how constitutional freedoms such as speech, privacy, coexist with concerns of public order and national security in cyberspace. As future legal professionals and policymakers, the responsibility rests upon us to critically engage with these evolving challenges and interpret constitutional values in light of technological change. Today's deliberation will therefore seek to go beyond theory and engage in analytical discussion on digital governance, accountability of platforms, cyber law enforcement, and the constitutional limits of online regulation.
Before we begin with the formal proceedings, may I humbly request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh, Sir, to kindly felicitate our esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. Jaspal Singh. Sir, may I request you to present a sapling, symbolizing growth, knowledge, and our shared commitment to a greener future. Followed by the presentation of the traditional shawl and memento as a token of respect and gratitude. Thank you, sir, for the gracious felicitation.
Now, to mark the formal commencement of today's seminar, it is my distinct honor to invite our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh, a visionary academician and an eminent scholar in the field of law, to deliver the welcome address. Professor Singh's leadership has been instrumental in advancing both academic inquiry and institutional excellence at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh, sir, to kindly address the gathering and share his valuable insights.
Very good morning, Honorable Chief Guest of the day, Jaspal Singh ji, IPS Officer, former Commissioner, New Delhi, Pro Vice Chancellor and co-host of today's program, Manish ji, Pro Vice Chancellor of Ernie University, Himachal Pradesh. Sir, we welcome you virtually and wish that very soon you will be visiting NLU Sonepat. The coordinators of the program, and dear students, as far as the topic goes, we have expert to speak on the last two words, terrorism and extremism. That is the expertise area of sir and the investigating agencies. But as far as first three words are concerned, it has a positive impact. Impact of social media on freedom of speech and expression and the constitutional right. Social media has increased our expressions. Social media has given us so many handles. Social media has given us so much voices and what not. The time 20 years ago or 25 years ago, everybody wanted that we need freedom, we need azadi. And with the passage of time, social media has come and social media has impact on freedom of speech and expression. Now the censorship, the secret communication, the confidential communication, they are out, and most of the time it is open governance, it is a right to information, and it is everything when openly the things are conducted. Accountability and transparency are the net outcomes of this type of thing. As a supporter of this right, freedom of speech, because as a constitutional law student, we always feel that the thing should be conducted in a transparent and accountable manner. That is always good, and everybody likes this. And now, if we have reached in this era of openness, so much openness, then one is compelled to ask whether the administration is to be conducted at the crossroads, on the roads, or with the open files. If it is so, then what is administration? This is the other side of the openness. When everything is open, then nothing is left to the management. Then nothing is managerial skill, nothing is administrative skill. That ultimately things are to be tossed in the public and public has to decide. Then whose responsibility? No one's responsibility. I have seen this, the impact of this in social media. I am not entering into the investigation area because sir is expert on this and sir will speak on this investigation and extremism and terrorism. In villages, if a person is to be recruited in the panchayat and Gram Sabha sanctions a post out of the panchayat fund, then Gram Sabha, of which all the adult members are the members of that Gram Sabha, they say that we will keep the person. Meaning thereby, if there are 7 candidates, then there shall be open voting and person shall be selected to the panchayat by open voting. Who secures maximum vote? Now this is selection procedure. Now the person who is selected and supposed to work in the panchayat, to assist the panchayat in any form, maybe peon, maybe clerk, or maybe whatever it is, in whatever capacity, or multitask worker, to whom he shall be answerable, and if he is not able to function properly, then whose responsibility is it? Yes, qualification, minimum qualification was matric or 10+2 or BA, that is there, but the person has been selected through the open voting. Now see, if the person has come to have transparency, to have accountability, and to have things on board, that seems to be correct. But now, by whose acumen that person has been kept? Whose responsibility if he doesn't work? If he is not worthy to the office? So this is the impact nowadays when things are open, things are reaching to the last person standing in the queue, that how the administration and how the affairs of the states are being conducted. This is the positive impact, I would say, of this social media on the constitutional rights, freedom of speech, expression, equality, justice, and all, everything. Most of the time, you see, we have a debate on the issue the impact of social media on the judges or on the courts for delivering the judgment. Because we know nowadays the journalists and the print media and the electronic media especially, and now in social media also, they are the experts. वो कोर्ट रूम भी बना लेते हैं, विटनेस बॉक्स भी बना लेते हैं, और सारा एआई से क्रिएट भी कर लेते हैं, और डॉक्यूमेंट भी सारे प्रोड्यूस कर देते हैं, एंड केस इज लिस्टेड टुमारो बिफोर द जज, बट दे डिलीवर द जजमेंट 2 days back or on the evening itself. Now judge is watching that also, whether there is impact of social media on the judgment or not. The part which I have just narrated to you, it may have impact, it may not have impact, that the judge will decide according to his own documents. But social media has impact on the courts as well, the decision of the court as well. The judgment which I was referring yesterday was the judgment on the Supreme Court order on stray dogs. Eliminate all. And then order was modified by after 2 days. Why it has happened? Why it has happened? Because the acceptance of the dogs by the society, and society expressed its view through the social media, and it has reached the right corner. So don't be so harsh on the dogs. Yes, be harsh, but after 2 days the order was made a little bit milder, that the education institutions where kids are there, where hospitals are there, where vulnerable people are there, so remove it from there, otherwise they are part of the society. So therefore the constitutional right has been enriched by the impact of the social media, but as a law graduate, as an educated citizen, we must have note of caution always. Note of caution always. Something comes to you on WhatsApp, on Telegram, on LinkedIn, or something elsewhere. You need to verify the things, right? You need to verify the things, because you know that this is a social media post, and in the social media post anything can happen. I am not counting here the things which happen every day. I don't know that how many people die every day and they are alive. Are you aware of this? Are you aware of this? That how many people die in a day on a social media? And we know this. So we as a law graduate and as a educated lot of the society, we need to have a note of caution that this is social media news, and we will handle it accordingly. This is good. I am starting from the positive note that the social media has impact, but these small things which you do with a lot of informal way, casually, or in a non-serious way for your own pleasure, how it lands the society or you or a particular person into the ring of the investigation, that sir will handle that part, I guess, because sir has seen all these areas, and sir has handled all these areas. कि आप छोटी छोटी चीजें करते हैं, आप तो सोच रहे हैं मैं प्लेजेंट्री के लिए कर रहा हूँ, मैं मजे के लिए कर रहा हूँ, मैं फ्री बैठा था, मैंने किसी का नोट बना दिया, किसी ने पढ़ लिया, लेकिन बाद में पता लगा कि ये तो प्राइवेसी इशू था, ये तो डेफामेशन इशू हो गया, और ये तो अरेस्ट वाला काम भी बन गया. सो ये हंसते हंसते या अपना टाइम पास करते करते कब आप क्रिमिनल जोन में एंटर कर जाएं, और क्रिमिनल से भी अगला जोन है कि कब उसमें क्रॉस बॉर्डर कनेक्शन आ जाए, और कब टेररिज्म और एक्सट्रीमिज्म का कनेक्शन आ जाए. सो देयरफॉर जो चीज अच्छी है हम उसको अच्छी तरह से ही हैंडल करें, और जो सोसाइटी के फायदे के लिए उसको सोसाइटी के फायदे के लिए करें. Those disadvantages are to be removed with our education and our maturity. With these words, I congratulate everyone to having me here, and you are all listening patiently, and today's time you would be investing very fruitfully, because this is everybody's tool nowadays. Social media is everybody's tool. So how you start with good things and where you can end, sir will deliberate on this. Once again, I welcome Manishi, Pro Vice Chancellor, University. And
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, and welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone of the seminar with those insightful remarks.
We are deeply honored to invite our special guest of honor, Professor Dr. Manish K. Srivastav, Pro Vice Chancellor of Arni University, Himachal Pradesh, who joins us today virtually owing to prior engagements. Dr. Srivastav is an accomplished academic administrator, a researcher, as well as a visionary institution builder. He holds a PhD in statistics with profound professional expertise in actuarial science, data science, and analytics. Over the course of his career, he has served in several pivotal positions, including director, dean, and now pro vice chancellor, contributing significantly to the transformation of higher education institutions across India. A pioneer academician, he holds the distinction of introducing actuarial science programs in an Indian university for the very first time, thereby strengthening the vital bridge between academia and industry in the fields of insurance, risk management, and analytics. We are truly privileged to have him address us today. With great respect, I now invite Professor Dr. Manish sir to kindly address the gathering. Sir, please kindly address the gathering.
Thank you. Uh, my screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much and good morning to everyone. Uh, it's my pleasure to be here to address the students and other faculty members. First of all, uh, the Vice Chancellor of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh ji. I am thankful to you that you have invited me for this important lecture, and uh, due to the shortage of time and non-availability, I am joining as a virtual mode, and I'll try to come next time definitely to address the students and the faculty members. Uh, our chief guest today's program, Mr. Jaspal Singh ji, namaskar. Uh, IPS officer, retired IPS officer, former special commissioner, Delhi Police, uh, and faculty members, staff, dear students. Today's this uh, workshop, or I must say the topic which we have taken, this impact of social media on constitutional rights and freedom, and analysis in the context of online terrorism and extremism. I would like to give some details on this topic uh, by the help of the slides which I am sharing with you all. I hope you all are having my slides in front of you. Uh, the important point is the why this topic matters. That is very important. As uh, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh ji has given all the information related with this, because he is having a good experience, and this is his own field. But I'm not from that law background, and I'm the man of the mathematics and statistics. To all of us that we have to understand that why this topic matters. The social media is a very important role. That's not only entertainment. It's a powerful political and social tool. This platform used for democratic participation are now being exploited by extremist and terrorist networks. This creates a conflict between protecting freedoms and protecting safety. You see that we are using social media, and I'll give you the data related with that, that how we people are engaged in using social media. Uh, there are so many things like the person who is going to start his business or the startups, they are also using this social media to spread their business things, to spread the information. uh, we all are using social media for our purpose, for the fun, and for some other business purpose. We are using this Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X. So many things, so many platforms are available. That how we are using it and what is going to the impact on the people, those who are watching that platform. And this is very important, that our information is like the data. The data is flooded on the social media platforms, and how it is going to impact on us, on the society, the people, and the kids, and the other people, those who are watching this platform. And you see that the impact on this data, because the data is there and data is having the different kind of impact. Some of the data which is good, some of the data which is not good. And as professor said, that this is our responsibility, that how we have to verify the data. So that is very important, that data must be verified by us, because we are on the WhatsApp and daily we are receiving so many things on that. We are getting so many information on the WhatsApp and Facebook, LinkedIn, and other media, other social media platform. But how we are taking those information, whether it is positive or it is negative, that we have to think. This is the market statistics that I wanted to share with you all, that 5.66 billion active social media users globally as of 2025. And this is the 68.7% of the world's total population. So more than half of the people are using social media. That is very good. We all need the information, and the social media is the way that we are getting the information, uh, and we are using those information for our purpose. The number continues to grow, with new users joining at a rate of roughly 7.8%, and that we have to think, that 7.8% of the all global internet users use social media. So almost means people, those who are using internet, approx, or we can say almost 100%, they are using social media. The typical users engages with the average of 6.75 different social platforms each month, and spend over 18 and a half hours a week, 2 hours 23 minutes daily. And if we bifurcate in the groups, age groups 25 to 40 are the largest user group. But the new group Gen Zs, which they are users is growing rapidly. So we can think on this data, that what data is reflecting here. This data is reflecting that we all are using social media, and the population growing, uh, and they are related with the social media. Every day, every second, the people are joining social media. And you can see that anything which is directly reaching to anyone, uh, what would be the impact of those information and the data to the people. So this we have to analyze. In Indian context, if we are talking about the total users, 491 million in early 2025, 33.7% of the total population, second largest market of the social media users. And you can understand that if the second largest market of the social media users, India is the second largest market. What the people, those who are having the negative mindset, and they wanted to disturb the society, disturb the administration, disturb the harmony, what how they can use this platform for their own purpose, and I must say their negative purpose. At the same time, however, social media has also become a double-edged sword. While it allows for free speech, social interaction, and democratic engagement, it has also given rise to online radicalization, the spread of hate speech, and the recruitment of terrorist groups. The challenge we face today is how to protect constitutional rights, such as freedom of expression, while safeguarding national security from the growing threat of online extremism. So anyone, if I am interested, if I am willing to disturb the society, or suppose I am having any agenda, and accordingly we are looking for a group of people in the different areas, we can use this social media. So the terrorist and the people, those who are having this kind of the mindset, they are very if effectively using this platform to put the negative information, which is not good for the society, not good for the any individual. And this is very big thing in terms of the security of the country. So we can see that how the data is creating the negative environment around us. And what if we regularly we are watching something which is negative, so automatically this is a psychological thing that will involve in that. So what the terrorist and organizations are doing, that, or the people, those who are having the negative intentions, they are just trying to create this kind of the videos and the materials, and they are putting on this social media. And if uh, you are using social media and you are watching something, you will see that automatically this kind of the informations are coming in front of you, and you are spending time on that, and automatically it is giving the impact on your thought process. So this is very important, that how we are spending our time on the social media, and what kind of the what kind of the things we are watching regularly. This is to be checked. The constitutional rights in digital spaces, the freedom of speech and expression, privacy and data protection, freedom of association, due process during content removals. These rights exist in constitutions worldwide, such as the US First Amendment of and India's Article 19. Online spaces complicate these rights because platforms are privately owned. Governments must protect rights while platforms have their own policies. So the platforms, they are having their own policies, but there has to be a check from the government side that what should be the content on the social media. If the platform is providing different kind of negative social contents, that should be checked and removed from there. The free speech versus security, yes, the freedom of speech is there, and again the security is the one of the very important aspect of that. We can speak anything, we can put any information on the social media. We are trying to put any information on social media, but how it is related with the security of the people, security of the society, security of the country, that is we have to think. Too little regulations, extremists spread unchecked, and dissent and criticism may be silent. governments must maintain a balance. So, freedom of speech is okay, and that is the right of everyone. But what we are, what is the content of that free speech, and how it is giving the impact on the society, that need to be checked. So excessive freedom can lead to radicalization, but excessive control can lead to censorship. Democratic states struggle to maintain this balance. So we are struggling in this particular area. How social media enables extremism? The encrypted messaging, live streaming attacks, viral propaganda using hashtag, anonymous or fake accounts, algorithmic amplification. So extremist groups use features such as encryption, anonymity, and viral algorithms. These tools help them reach global audiences instantly and avoid detection. So these are the way or the tools by which the extremists are using, and different kind of the negative data they are putting on the social media platform. In online extremism, modern patterns, we can observe that ISIS, online propaganda networks, white supremacist forums, memes as recruitment tools, fake news triggering violences. So, extremist groups have evolved. ISIS uses highly produced videos. Radical right groups use coded language and memes. Both strategies manipulate emotions and attract vulnerable individuals. So they are using the social media and different kind of things by which they are spreading the messages for a particular agenda, for a particular act, where the other people can understand from their the they are using whatever the indications they are trying to give. By that they are getting, and they are acting like accordingly. The government regulations, that anti terror laws, UAPA, and this Patriot Act, traceability norms, mandatory content takedowns, oversight of tech companies. So government create laws to combat terrorism, but these laws can affect the privacy and freedom. And you can see that these are the laws which are already there, but still we are facing the problems and the challenges. A responsibility of platforms, as this social media must do the stronger content moderation, transparency in algorithms, independent oversight boards, rapid response during crisis. Platforms cannot rely only on governments. They must adopt ethical responsibilities, improve transparency, and provide clear appeals for users. The social media is a big power, but the power which we are having without any responsibility, then it is creating a negative thing. So we have to be very much responsible, and as a user we should also be responsible that what kind of the data we are putting, and what kind of the sites or the messages or the videos we are watching over there. So this as the professor said, that the education is very important, and we must understand, and we guide the students and the people and the society, that how we have to use this platform, and what are the our responsibilities. Balancing rights and safety, protect free speech, prevent extremist harm, avoid mass surveillance, promote accountability. We must balance contradictory needs, freedom, and safety. The solution requires cooperation rather than extreme policies. Some solutions, as the advancement in the technology, the AI plus human moderation is the way we can use it. International cooperation, digital literacy education, transparent governance of platforms, rights laws. The best solution technology, policy, education, and ethics. So we can see that technology, we are talking right now on the technology driven things, but still the technology is a solution for this kind of thing. So the policy must be there, education and ethics, that is very much important. But overall, we must use, and we take the you take the help of the technology, and we can try to mitigate on some extent. Only a multi-layered approach can reduce extremism without harming freedoms. So, if we are talking about the takeaways, social media expands freedom but also amplifies extremism. Social media expands freedom. Yes, this platform is open for all. We can use for our fun. We are normally, the people are putting the information of their anything personal information they are putting on the social media, and but also amplifies extremism. Rights must be protected in digital spaces. That is very much important. Balanced regulation is essential. Collaboration is the future. Social media is a double-edged sword. Our aim must be to protect constitutional rights while preventing extremists from misusing technology. Yes, the technology is there, but how we have to use in a positive way, that is uh, to be that should be understandable. Incidents. Now I'm coming to the some of the cases which I have taken. The incidents involving social media and its connection to terrorism, extremism, and misinformation, and how they have impacted constitutional rights and freedoms. I'm taking here the case 2018 misinformation crisis and mob lynching incident.
Sir,
In 2018, a series of misinformation campaigns.
sir,
Hello.
yeah, I'm just saying that uh, as the speech is concluded, let us hear the other expert also. And in the
I,
end,
I,
if some time is left,
I'm just finalizing it. Only the cases I am just putting here.
okay.
Uh,
Okay, I thought you
just give me two
concluded
minutes.
just extending it by way of examples because the speech is
Yes,
concluded.
yes. I'm just taking the case only.
Okay.
Right. The case. This
Sir,
is
we have 11:40. We have another lecture, so that
okay.
we will
Only
be a
five
bit
minutes.
late. Right,
Only
sir.
2 minutes.
Right,
Sorry.
right, sir.
2018 misinformation crisis and mob lynching incidents. Uh, Then 2019, this Pulwama attack and its outcome. You can see how the social media impacted, and Kashmir internet shutdowns and the communication blackouts. So this is the another case here, and this is the last one, the Tablighi Jamaat COVID-19 incident. So these all are the examples you can find out from the internet and from the authentic sources. We can see here that how the social media impacted, and how they have given the negative impact on the society. So I'm not a background people, but I have tried to give the information on the basis of the data, that how the data is impacting on us by the help of the social media in the negative and the positive way. So we have to think that how we can put the balance in the freedom and our constitutional rights, but how we can balance the positive and negative thing on the social media. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manish sir, for setting the tone of this seminar with those insightful remarks.
it is with utmost respect and admiration that we welcome our chief guest, Mr. Jaspal Singh. Sir is a retired IPS officer of the AGMUT cadre who retired in August 2025 after nearly 3 decades of exemplary service in critical national assignments. He has held key positions including DGP, IGP Goa, Special Commissioner of Police Security Delhi, Joint Commissioner of New Delhi Range, Deputy Director in the Intelligence Bureau, SSP Crime and Intelligence in Puducherry, and District Police Chief in Delhi and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. An outstanding officer throughout his career, he consistently received outstanding performance ratings. Academically distinguished, he holds multiple postgraduate degrees including MBA, MSc IT, MCA, LLB and LLM. His expertise includes cybercrime, security management, corporate fraud and criminal law. He has received the President's Police Medals for both meritorious and distinguished services and has authored books on digital payment and policing. May I now request Sir to kindly address the gathering and share his valuable insights.
First of all, I wish every one of you a very good morning. Let me at the outset say that the job of chief guest is considered to be very difficult. Very difficult in the sense, throughout the sitting, throughout the lectures, he has to be very attentive. Why? Because he should be attentive so that he does not repeat what the previous speakers have repeated. Rule number 1. Secondly, he has to be attentive so that he only sums up whatever the previous speaker has said. And thirdly, the time at his disposal gets shrunk, because the span of attention, all of you are students, faculty members, the span of attention, the psychologists say, is not more than 15 to 20 minutes. And if the lecture is not interesting and if the content is not appealing, then it is further aggravated. So therefore, considering that all the 3 rules are important and I am quite conscious of these rules, so I'll be as brief as possible and as relevant as a potential lawyer wants to know the content. But nevertheless, we have to put the social media in context. Text of everything is known. They are there in the textbooks. Law is there in your textbooks. Social media, there are n number of books on social media. But why it is toxic? Why it is intoxicating? Why it is attractive? That is the question. So, normally in a gathering like this, the speaker puts the question, have you used artificial intelligence? Have you used social media? But my question would be, have you ever been used by artificial intelligence? Or have you ever been used by social media? Any one of you, because some of you might have pressed a very innocuous looking message. You might have clicked on a message received from insurance companies, from banks, and then suddenly you loses the money. So that is the power of information technology. A technology which was initially set up, which was initially invented to be always in contact, in the sense that there should be redundancy in the communication. The Department of Defense of United States of America, ARPANET बोलते हैं उसको, ARPANET, तो they invented internet to ensure the continuity of communication. But over the years, so many over the top, OTT जिसे हम कहते हैं ना, n number of over the top technologies they got invented, and social media is one of them. The honorable Vice Chancellor also gave a detailed background to you about the social media. But my take would only be that why it is intoxicating. We are all, most of you are impressionable youth, young people having a lot of desires. So we suddenly get intoxicated by number of likes, number of reposts, and how many of followers are there for you. So we normally get intoxicated because you have a wide reach. This is the only platform. If you want to conduct a meeting, like we are organizing a lecture, there will be limited number of people. If you want to address a political rally, physically there will be few thousand people. But this is a media where you can reach millions. One of your message can reach millions and millions of people. The Pro-Vice Chancellor from Arni University, he cited statistics that 3 billion people are using. In India, there are 300 million Facebook users. And supposing you put up a toxic message, and even if 10% of them see the message, see the impact of that which is going to be. So since you are young people, lawyers, सभी ने आपने श्रेया सिंगल केस के बारे में तो सुना ही होगा, है? That is where the constitutional freedoms come in. The role of the state is very, very difficult because it has to balance between the constitutional freedoms and at the same time public safety. The Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor gave the example of First Amendment of US Constitution, which gives absolute freedom. That is where India differs, because we are not United States of America. We are a country where there are different communities, different religions, different languages, and all these social indicators, social parameters give rise to fault lines, lingual fault lines, religious fault lines. So the task of law enforcement agencies become very envious when you have to face n number of fault lines. It also increases your work also, because whenever there is any problem, whenever there is any infringement of freedom, you will come, you as a protector of the freedom, you will step in. So therefore, we in India, Article 19(1)(a) to F, it is not absolute freedoms. There is an Article 19(2) also, which says subject to public order, public morality. So therefore, whenever we use social media, because it is so impulsive that because one aspect is the attractiveness of the message. When we see a message, there is a sudden impulse to reply to that. So therefore, without thinking, without minding, because everybody is not a lawyer, so he will just reply to that, or counter message, he will give the counter message. So unmindful of the fact that there is a Article 19(2) also. So as a lawyers, as officers of law enforcement, so this duty falls on us that we should educate the people. Now the next is basically the crime. Whenever we, can anybody tell me if you put some malicious message, which section of Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita would be attracted? Or IPC for that matter? Anyone? if you put defamatory statement online on social media, which section of IPC, or for that matter, since now we have Bharatiya Nyaya Sahita since 1st July 2024. So therefore, even as a student of law, we are not, I'm not accusing you, but offhand we don't remember. So that means whenever we are replying to a message, at the back of our mind, we will not be remembering this section. Even police officers will also not remember at the subconscious level. So we have to remember that whenever we put any defamatory message, you can be prosecuted under section 356(1) clause 1 and 356 clause 2 of Bharatiya Nyaya Sahita. And the punishment prescribed is 3 years. Now a thought process will be generated in your mind. Okay, if 66A has been taken off the statute book, then why prosecution? Defamation is still there. No? Defamation is still there. But the nature of message, what 66A was saying, that it was hitting the freedom of expression. Freedom of expression never says that you can defame somebody, you can put an anti-national post on social media, you can upload a video which is defamatory of someone, or you can post some personal information relating to some individual which hits at the privacy of the individual. So therefore, if you are putting up a spoken message, a recorded message on social media, which the Honorable Professor was also speaking, the hate speech. So hate speech also results in prosecution under section 197, 299, 30, 355 of Bharatiya Nyaya Sahita. So therefore, whenever we are using social media, we have to be mindful of the fact that we should not post any such thing which can attract legal punishment. So that is the reason why some young people sometimes get into trouble, because they are not fully aware about the legal side of the social media. Normally they say that nobody will be looking at my message. But at the same time, since the social media is open to every segment of society, if you subscribe to a particular ideology, if you subscribe to a particular line of thought, there will be some individual who will also be subscribing to a different line of thought. So therefore, the possibility of conflict emerges when we are interacting on social media. So that is the reason why we need to get educated vis-a-vis our constitutional freedoms. Because in police parlance, whenever we have come across such cases, the first defense taken by any individual is that of constitutional freedoms. So I think that the topic is very, very appropriate because it affects all of us. Okay? In the garb of constitutional freedoms, we cannot sometimes excessively use social media in the sense that whatever we want to write, whatever thoughts come on our mind, we have to put it on social media. The third trend which we have observed as law enforcement officer is cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying? Anyone? Sometimes you are trolled, right? If you remember Pahalgam attack, even sometimes the victims were not spared. You might have seen on social media, if they have subscribed to a particular line of thought, even they were bullied. So cyberbullying is again a offense which can be punished under Information Technology Act. I suppose all of you are aware of the information technology. Similarly, outraging the modesty of a woman. If any content which is sacrilegious to the sanctity of a woman's morality, that would also attract penalty. Now coming back to all these things, in your neighborhood there is a university. Few days back the Honorable Chief Justice of India visited, and I would like to read what he said there, and I quote, "In an era where truth must compete with noise, where deepfakes distort reality, misinformation multiplies, and digital arrests have become disturbingly routine, integrity and honesty are no longer lofty ideas but instruments of survival." So that means the highest judicial forum of the country is also seized of the menace which has been created with one of the offshoots of information technology. Since the terrorism has affected us in a major way, and recently we suffered one major terrorist attack in the shape of Red Fort explosion, it is but natural that we would also examine the role of social media in terrorism. The main crux is, first is online radicalization. Of course, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, he touched upon the subject, but how does it happen? Have you ever applied your mind to this problem? Okay, how does online radicalization happens? There is one provision, technological provision in all the social medias, that you can create a separate group of like-minded individual on these formats, on these platforms. And within that closed group, people share their ideas, and sometimes it is very difficult for law enforcement officers, because we cannot do the cyber patrolling. A law enforcement agency can do the physical patrolling, but cyber patrolling is very difficult. It is only through the artificial intelligence that you can put some kind of program on the social media and then analyze whether these groups are actually engaging in some kind of radical material. So online radicalization is one of the major negative flip side of the social media platforms. It is not theoretical, but recently only Delhi police caught a gang of 3-4 people, and they were online radicalized by Pak ISI, Pakistan's ISI. How did one of the individual, since he was subscriber of Instagram, he was posting some kind of material on Instagram, some kind of photographs. These intelligence agencies, they are in constant search of such individuals who appear to be vulnerable. So they picked up this individual, they established a contact with him and radicalized him. So online radicalization is one of the major flip side of the social media. Second is, there are certain apps, communication apps, telecommunication apps like Signal, like Telegram, Snapchat, which are actually, it is not centralized apps. Where the difference comes is, okay, since there are channels, there will be different channels, and when somebody is communicating on a different channel, it is very difficult for a law enforcement officer to track those sites. So therefore, since these social media companies, see these telecommunication apps, they are commercial entities, they will never come out with any medium, any steps which will help the law enforcement agencies to get a backdoor to the app. When I say backdoor, means to break the encryption, to decrypt the material they are talking about. So that is the reason why recently, if you have studied Telecommunication Act, I don't think whether it is in your syllabus. Telecommunication Act will not be in your. So the Telecommunication Department has recently given direction that there should be social media के ऊपर there is a provision. The WhatsApp can even run without the SIM card. What is a SIM card? SIM card is nothing but subscriber's identity module. When you put in your SIM inside the mobile device, everything, every data of yours, your other spare number also, they get copied to the switch center. A little bit of technology, but these social medias, they can even run without the SIM also. Now the government of India, they have given direction that there should be SIM binding. The SIM binding is nothing but that you, whenever you go abroad, whenever you go and study abroad, or whenever you go otherwise for a business, there should be a process called SIM binding. That means linking the SIM with your social media account. So without your SIM, you will not be able to use the SIM. As law, as advocates, it is important for you, because in the days to come, in the future, this is the kind of offense which will come before you for defense. Okay, I was arrested because I was running my social media app without a SIM, and I was not able to procure the SIM when I was traveling. So therefore, of course, it will have some other consequences also. For convenience sake, there may be, sometimes you may not be able to procure the SIM when you are traveling. So the government of India has made it mandatory that there should be SIM binding. SIM binding होनी चाहिए आपकी. इसके अलावा टेररिज्म के अंदर जो सबसे बड़ी रोल प्ले किया है सोशल मीडिया ने, उसके अंदर ये है कि आप लोग अपने चैनल को कैमोफ्लेज करते हैं. If your name is Ramesh Kumar, you will not, your जो link रहेगा वो that will not be Ramesh Kumar. You will procure a SIM in XYZ name. You will fake a email ID. You will generate a fake email ID, and then you open a channel and start posting the derogatory messages, or you start radicalizing. You start appealing to the youth that this is the, we are this group and we want to do these things. That has posed a major challenge to the law enforcement agencies. इसके अलावा जो मैंने आपको बताया कि ISIs के जो हैं लोग, वो लीवरेज करते हैं इन सोशल मीडिया को फॉर टैलेंट स्पॉटिंग. Talent spotting means that if there is little vulnerability in you from the syntax and semantics of your message. Semantics means that not necessarily you have to draft message directly hitting somebody or directly subscribing to a particular line of thought, but there is some hidden urge in you that you are rebellious, that you are actually, you mean to say hardliner, or you enjoy or you express extreme views, then you will be picked up for further radicalization. Even in the latest terrorist incident which happened in Delhi, the Red Fort attack, even there also it has been found out that these people were using secret small groups in which they were sharing the secret information, they were chatting, and they were planning in the coded language. So therefore, ultimately, the social media, though it is a boon, but at the same time, it has become a bane of the society. Bane in the sense, whereas it has provided us convenience in the form of online shopping, convenience in the form of sharing your photographs, convenience in the form of online video messages. You may not be able to go to somebody's function, but you can still be part of that function online. But this convenience has also a hidden inconvenience for the society also. So you basically, as young and budding lawyers, you should be aware about the implications of all these issues. Similarly, if you share somebody's personal information, you have to be very careful, because sometimes you can be even accused of holding extreme views. Cyber terrorism, have you heard the word? In information technology, section 66F defines the cyber terrorism. If you are actually interacting with somebody and then you are expressing your views about certain group, so be careful that such views can also be picked up by law enforcement agencies, and then you can be hauled up by law enforcement officers. So basically, the idea of this lecture is to educate, to make you aware about the overall power of the social media. You may feel excited on social media, you may feel empowered on social media, you may feel intoxicated on social media, but it has a flip side also. And many of the people have got into trouble because of social media. It has immense potential to be utilized for organizing online forums, online meetings. So please be sure, as administrator of a particular group, sometimes when we become administrator, when we open a group, we are not aware about the implications of that. The Pro-Vice Chancellor referred to UAPA, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. So when you are opening a group, please be sure as an administrator that the content discussed in that material is within the four corners of law, so that we do not get unnecessarily into trouble. Any member of that particular group, if he or she also posts such kind of material, so you have to be very, very careful about, or either you tell him to leave the group or you shunt him out of the group, because ultimate responsibility is that of the group administrator. Then another trend which has been observed is IMEI tampering. Is there anyone who can, what does IMEI stand for? International Mobile Equipment Identity. All of you are users of mobile, right? Now, where the role of digital technology, information technology in terrorism is, those people who are engaged in this kind of propaganda, in this kind of activities, what they do is they buy a stolen mobile phone with the help of a particular specialized software. They erase the old IMEI number and regenerate a special IMI number for that. So when you use that mobile set on the network, it will not be attributed to you. So that means whenever you buy a mobile phone, on the bill also the particular device vendor will write IMEI number. Even you can see your IMEI number by pressing /#/. So if you buy any mobile phone, old mobile phone, please make sure that it has a original IMEI number, because sometimes you might be given a mobile number which is either stolen or which has been used for antisocial activities. So all these examples which we have discussed, they have actually come from the case files. So therefore, as students of law, because you will be defending certain individuals, you will be standing in the court of law, so and cybercrime is going to be the crime of the future, and already thousands and thousands of crimes are reported every day. So you have to be aware about the implications of information technology, what it can do, what is the defense, and how as individual also you have to be very careful about using the power of social media and using the technology and even using the devices. So at the same time, we have to be careful about cybercrime also. Of course, terrorism is a possibility, but cybercrime is rampant. Every day, if you read the newspaper, a new modus operandi emerges. Every day there is a new modus operandi. The latest which I came to know is, if you receive an online e-card for a marriage function, please make sure that that invitation is a bona fide invitation. Recently, one individual lost 3 lakh rupees because he thought that the card appears to be very attractive from the background and all that. So he clicked on that and he lost that kind of money. There is hardly any area left where the digital frauds have not been committed. Online marriage cards, online marriage websites, even tourist websites, name any area wherever information technology is being used, it has been exploited, and hapless people have been swindled of their hard-earned money. So apart from using social media to leverage your position as an individual in the society and giving positive contribution to the society, we have to be alive to the toxicity of social media so that we do not unnecessarily get into trouble. So knowing about social media is very important. Whenever you like a message, it has a particular implication. Whenever you repost a message, it has a different legal implication. I'm sure as young officers of law, you would be aware about the implication of. For example, if you have reposted a message, can any one of you just apply your mind? Okay, I have posted a message on social media and one of you repost it. What would be the implication? Yes, please.
Sir, it depends if the account is a private account or a public account. If it is a private account, the implications are different. If it is a public account, the implications can be very serious, leading to criminal action also.
Yeah.
In private account, the user is like given immunity because it is a closed group of persons are there. It was also given.
No, but that would be within them only.
Within them only.
Yes.
It was also given in part of the information.
Yes, yeah. So, in fact, it basically becomes your message. So, 100% content, that means you are in agreement with the contents of that message. So therefore, whenever you are using social media, please make sure that you give a serious thought to liking a message or reposting a message, right? Because it has legal implications. In the rush of our daily life, we sometimes do not apply our mind. So, not taking much of your time, my idea was that you should just get a fairly good idea about the implication of using social media, and all of you are, since IT literate, so I'm sure you would be aware about the implication, and idea was also to get you aware about the how terrorists have leveraged the social media. It is not only the rebellious people in the society, but even the terrorists are also leveraging the message and giving the practical examples also. So with this, I have nothing much to say, because Professor Pro Vice Chancellor also has given a kind lively presentation, and idea was just to generate a thought process, not to stuff your mind with unnecessary information, just to create a kind of thought process, so that whenever you use social media now, you have this information at back of your mind. So with these words, I close my presentation, and if you have any questions or anything you want to know about law enforcement, and since if some things cannot be taught in the classroom, so that you can know better from a practitioner only, because sometimes you have certain misgivings about law enforcement agencies, because your information is either newspapers or general talk about the law. So though that is not part of the topic, but I would still welcome if you really want to know anything about the law enforcement processes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your presence. Your inspiring words will undoubtedly leave a lasting impression on all of us. As we draw this memorable event to a close, it is my privilege to invite Mr. Arjun Deswal, Assistant Professor of Law, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, Sonepat, and the Center for Public Policy and Good Governance. At the outset, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Chief Guest Sir Mr. Jaspal Singh for gracing his lecture with his distinguished presence and for sharing his valuable insights on issues of contemporary relevance. Sir, your address added great depth to today's proceedings and significantly enriched our understanding of the theme. Thank you, sir. Our sincere thanks are also due to our special guest of honor, Professor Dr. Manish K. Srivastava, Professor Pro Vice Chancellor, Arni University, Himachal Pradesh, who joined us virtually. Sir, we are grateful to you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today and for enlightening us with your valuable, thoughtful address. A special note of appreciation goes to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. Devinder Singh, for his visionary leadership, constant encouragement, and for creating an institutional environment that nurtures meaningful academic dialogue. We are thankful to our worthy Registrar, Sir, Professor Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, whose steadfast support and administrative excellence have been instrumental in smooth organizing of this event. We extend our sincere appreciation to Arni University for their collaboration and support in organizing this academic program. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend heartfelt thanks to all our eminent speakers, faculty members, non-teaching staff, IT cell, and last but not the least, the student volunteers whose efforts have made this event a resounding success. My sincere appreciation also goes to every participant who contributed to the richness of the discussion with thoughtful engagement. With this, I conclude the vote of thanks. Thank you. Jai Hind.
I request Jaspal sir for a group photograph.